that we'll talk about. These are the things I forgot to remind you. Maybe should have. Okay, all right. Okay, also talk about energy management. Almost half the slide gone already. Okay, anyway. Right. So lighting contributes around 15 to 40% of commercial buildings, right? Of course, it varies by sector. It varies by sector. And it is one of the, in fact, the second largest in the factory environment, industrial, after your motors and your other pumps and all that. Light is the second element or second thing that consumes. And the commercial building, after the air conditioning, ventilation, and heating, light is the second most power consumer, right? So an efficient lighting should be a major area of focus to us, right? So, because it gives us higher operating costs and also increased carbon emission, which is a important topic in our world today. So the benefits of efficient lighting, of course, common sense will tell you that it is reduce energy by 50 to 80%. This depends. This of course depends. Between 50 to 80. I would say the 30% is actually more. It's easier to achieve. 50 to 80% is you need to have a larger investment and a proper energy management to get 80% reduction. It's not that easy. Okay. Of course, it contributes to net zero goals. And we have certification and efficient lighting support certification like LEED and GBI, Green Building Index. And also it proven to save cooling loads. Right, efficient lighting saves about 3 to 4 watts in cooling load, and it reduces heat gains. Yes, yes. For human, there's a comment here from Kau Lishi. Yes, it's important because most of our time, our modern life, we spend inside the building, right? So that's why this topic is important. And good lighting, also prevents accident in the industrial setting, like the factory and all that. Especially in the construction sites, right? Good lighting actually prevents accident. Inadequate illumination in stairwells, corridors, and exits actually can increase the hazard of falling. The risk of falling, right? Because the hazard is there, and it also it actually also violates fire safety codes, right? So proper lighting also deters crime, of course, in parking areas, and support surveillance system, right? This is proven. This is proven. There's something about light that all these bad guys don't like, right? And even you look at all these horror movies. The light is always flickering. Empty parking lot and light is always flickering, right? Actually, there's a scientific explanation for that. Why the light is flickering, because this entity is all electromagnetic, so there's a disturbance to the electromagnetic field. That's why you see the light is flickering. So if you look at it scientifically, maybe the next time you go to an empty parking lot, the light is flickering, you don't have things on your mind, right? So yeah, something about light, it actually is proven to deter crime, right? So this is what energy efficient, what efficient lighting does. And of course, you have emergency lighting. These are quite critical. The CLOA signs. Yeah, also animal attack, correct. Animal attack, there are certain animal, especially rodents, they stay away from light. Exit signage helps. Workplace safety, and also OSHA and health and safety standards. Studies highlight the importance of proper lighting, and also accidents, and also the another one is street lighting. Street lighting is proven to help not only to make us feel safe, to also see incoming traffic, or those to see those guys or people who like to ride bicycle at night with black t-shirt. Yeah. So light helps, right? Okay, the effects of overlighting or underlighting. I think the effects of overlighting, of course, is causes glare and can lead to eye strain and of course fatigue and also can cause migraines to some people, those who are sensitive. Right? Underlighting also almost give you the same. It actually results fatigue because when it's underlighting, the retina is always stretched. Right? Your retina is stretched. So fatigue is there and reduces visibility. And the benefits of well-designed lighting, it mimics natural daylight. Just for your knowledge, there is no human-made light that can actually 100% mimic natural daylight. It's impossible, yeah. And it supports circadian rhythm. Uh, Now, today, we have human-centric lighting, which is the next step. It's actually future human-centric lighting, and which is coming. With the Internet of Things and all that. The next level is actually human-centric lighting. Right. Okay, let us look at some characters of lighting, color temperature and rendering index, color rendering index, CRI. So warm white is usually between 2700 to 3000 K, 3000 K, creates a calming atmosphere, ideal for break areas lah. This is where sometimes you can see, we call it daylight lah, right? We call it warm daylight. You buy bulbs there, we call it daylight. It's between 2700 to 3000 K. Then you have neutral white, between 3500 to 4100 K. This is the color temperature, yeah. It is suitable for a balanced ambience and general use, lah, right? So this is what you see in a good library lighting and all that. And cool white, which has the highest concentration of blue light, is between 5000 to 6500 K. It's very energizing. It's good for clean rooms, those very task-oriented spaces, right? Okay, of course, yeah, if you have too bright of a light, you can actually blind you, yeah, temporary blindness, lah. All right. All right, productivity and task performance. So lights improves focus and productivity. It shows 20% increase in focus accuracy. There's a lot of workplace benefit, reduces visual fatigue. And of course, in retail environment, if you have taken note or if you have noticed it, certain areas in the mall or in the shopping complex have certain lights, especially those you can see a big difference where they sell hardware items and where they sell clothing, right? You can see that hardware items usually it's a different white, right? It is more of it's always around 5000 K light, right? And for those area where you have clothing, it's usually neutral white or even a lesser, closer to warm daylight, to create the kind of environment, right? To create the kind of environment, the kind of mood, right? The kind of mood for you, to actually enhance the area and actually to trigger the impulse of buying, right? Of course, the educational setting, later we'll see the lux, recommended lux for this, right? In fact, research has shown if the light is brighter, the brain works better, right? So for those students, it is actually better that you have a softer backlight, right? The background light is softer, but and then in the where you want to focus, where the book is, you need to have a more focused light, right? So this actually enhances the brain activity, right? So let us look at some room illumination level, okay? So this is some standard IES standard, Illumination Society. And then you have MS 1525 recommendation, and you have JKR, JKR Panduan Technique, JKR. Yeah. So for corridors and passageway, it is in lux. This is in lux. 100 lux. Malaysian standard 1525 actually recommends 50. And then JKR also sticks to 100. Right. Staircase is 150 IES. You can see kitchen, food store, dining room, cafeteria is all 300 lux. Lux, it's actually supposed to be Lux. The Lux word is missing there. Restroom is 150. Yeah, toilet no need to be so bright. You don't need to see what you're actually doing. As long as, roughly you know what is, it's okay. Then you have office is 500 Lux. Executive office 300 Lux. I don't know why JKR executive office must be 300 Lux. Uh, but general office 500 Lux. Maybe the bosses like darker a bit. Right. Anyway, conventional shop is about 500 Lux. And multi-purpose hall is about 300 Lux. So this is standard. So you can get a Lux meter. You can buy a Lux meter. It's not so expensive. I think you can get a good one within 200, 300. And then you can actually measure the level of lighting in your area. So for office, it's usually between 300 to 500 Lux should be okay. Should be okay for us to get our work done, right? Following JKR standard. Okay. This is just some standard. So let us look what makes lights efficient, right? What makes light efficient? We'll talk about high luminescence efficacy. We'll talk about purposeful lighting design, control, and also what does not make light efficient, right? So we'll move on to maximizing useful light output, right? And today's we use a lot of technology, a lot of automation to enhance light efficiency. We also design lighting system that to optimize light distribution with the use of computer softwares. We can actually have a better light design, and we have a lot of ways to minimize energy waste. Right. At the end, just before we end today, I'll give you one tip to minimize your energy wastage in lighting, right? Reduce glare and also minimize lighting, right? So we combine technology, design, and control for efficient lighting. Yeah. So understanding luminous efficacy, right? So number of lumens produced per watt electrical power. So it is actually basically how efficient the light is, right? Number of lumens is basically the amount of light, right? That comes out from per light and per watt, right? Per watt per light. So importance of high. So definitely if higher the number is better, it means more efficient, right? It's more efficient. So let us look at some of the this one. So for comparison, the incandescent bulb is 10 to 15 lumens per watt. So every watt gives you about 10 to 15 of lumens. Fluorescent tube is better, right? It gives to 70 to 95 lumens per watt. So it is more efficient. And of course, the most efficient here at the moment is LED, which gives out about 90 to 200 lumens per watt, right? So that is why LED, one of the strategies, if you want to consider energy saving, is to look into LED. Right? And task-oriented design, and this is what I was telling earlier, right? For areas, you can actually, you can avoid overlighting the entire area. Like a good example would be library. You don't have to have, 300 to 500 lux everywhere. Where the students or where the people are sitting and when the activity of reading is taking place, maybe that area you can use focus lighting, right? To use light with the higher lumens. But certain areas where you really don't have to, like the staircase, and even at the book area where the books are, you don't actually have to have such a high lumens, right? And you have zoning and layered lighting. With today's technology, when the word we saw earlier, human-centric lighting, right? We can have zoning, ambient lighting for general illumination. We have task lighting, and you can have accent lighting, those lighting that enhances the building, enhances a certain area. So it all can be done today quite easily and quite cost effectively, right? And of course, layout and reflectivity. So of course, I think make common sense. If you're going to have if you're going to paint your walls, your internal walls black or some dark colors, it's going to absorb light, right? It's going to absorb light, and you're definitely going to lead more higher lumens per watt, right? Higher lumens per watt, or probably need more light to light that area, because those black or dark tone colors is going to absorb lights. So with use of proper paint, ceilings, you can enhance light distribution, and you can also make sure that importance of uniform lighting, right? Ensure it's comfortable lighting and also avoid hot spots and shadows, right? So layout is also important, yeah. And quality of light, high CRI. CRI is short for color rendering index. High color rendering index improve visibility, enhances comfort, right? So if you are looking for a light, you have to look at this number, CRI, right? Higher means improve visibility and enhances comfort. And then you have a CCT, correlated color temperature, match to task, right? Match to task means, example I can give you is you can't have warm daylight in lab, in a chemical lab, right? You can't have those kind of light color in a chemical lab. It's going to definitely influence the way you see whatever chemical that you mix the color. So it has to be matched to the task, warm for rest, cool for work, and also lab. It depends, depends. Like clean rooms, you can't have warm lighting. You can't have those fancy lights. It has to be very straightforward, white light in these areas. And you can have smart control systems, and this is becoming cheaper, it's becoming easier, and it's becoming more common, right? Automatically turn off lights and unused areas. uh, and then daylight harvesting. Daylight harvesting is actually using daylight. uh, this is uh, it's not quite, it is there, it is coming up in our country, because it's still a bit expensive. You need a design and all that. A good building for this is the Suruhanjaya Tenaga's building in Putrajaya, right? So that is one building that actually uses daylight harvesting. It's a bit tricky for us, for our country, or for those countries in the equator, because with light we also get heat. So, and with heat you need to increase your aircon. Uh, you need to the power for your aircon. So it needs a bit of intelligent design, a bit more investment lah, to harvest daylight. And of course, prevent. Of course, you have timers and scheduling to prevent after hours, and this is easily achievable today with building management system (BMS), and also and other online technology that we can. You can actually from where you are, you can actually control a lot of things with the Internet of Things. Let us move on to the next slide. Intelligent lighting system, yeah. Double energy savings. You have more efficient lamps, provide energy savings and effective compared to intelligent system, yeah. So this will be becoming more affordable, right? Be more affordable, be cheaper. So we will see this take place in the next 10 years in our country, right? So what is not efficient, inefficient? What is not efficient? So excessive brightness, right? Like toilet, you don't need to have 300 lux, and 150 lux is good enough. Uh, and you don't, and also I have high efficacy lamps in poor layouts, right? Lights left on, and also your CRI, poor coloring rendering index lah, and discomfort. So these are lights that does not make efficient and causes discomfort, strobing lights and all that at the wrong place, right? So this actually inefficient lighting lah. And key component of efficient lighting: use of LED for better energy, proper design, use of technology, efficient operation. Of course, one overlooked factor is regular maintenance for sustained efficiency, right? You need to have a regular maintenance, wipe those things that need to be wiped, dust those things needs to be dusted. HID is high intensity discharge lighting. There's a question here. High intensity discharge, this is usually used for warehouse and all that. Uh, of course, it's uh, now with LED, you can actually replace some of your HIDs, right? So that you don't waste so much energy. And smart lighting LED, yeah, control brightness. You also light fidelity, using rapid flickering of LED to transmit data. This is the next. You have Wi-Fi. This is Li-Fi. This is where you use rapid LED, rapid flickering of LED to transmit data. So too fast. Actually, the human eyes can't see. Use this to transmit data, and this is very good for confidentiality, where you do not want, Wi-Fi, of course, you can go through doors and all that, but uh, this, I think it's pronounced Li-Fi, right? Cannot be leafy, it's Li-Fi. So light fidelity, so when you close the data is only transmitted inside the room or inside the building. It cannot go out. So it is some uh, uh, government establishment uses this. Of course, they don't want you to know, but they are actually using this already, right? Of course, human-centric lighting, design lighting, improve mood, sleep cycles, and enhances overall well-being. Okay, the most efficient light is the one that is off and not needed, right? This is the most efficient lighting, right? When it's not needed, just switch it off. No technology, no sophistication can ever take over this simple advice that our grandmothers and their grandmothers gave her. Efficient, when you not use, just switch it off, right? That is the best, right? Okay, that is all our presentation today. If we have time, you have time. Maybe the next 5-10 minutes, if you have any questions, I try my best to answer. So this is maps training, Consultancy, and there's you can scan the QR if you want to visit our website, lah. Okay, there's a question here from in Avon. How do we prioritize natural light in buildings beside windows, maybe reflective? Yes, you can use reflective technology. You can use mirrors and ducts, light ducts. You can use light ducts. The light ducts actually mirrors, lah. And then also filters, heat filters, right? Meaning that you filter out the heat but bring out the light, bring the light, lah. So all this need can be done. It's a bit difficult if you do it retro, lah, right? It's easier to done. It's cheaper, slightly or cheaper, more cost effective, lah. I would not say cheaper. I think I use the word cost effective. It is more cost effective. You do it during design time and build it. Doing it retro is a bit difficult because you need to, just like aircon, you need to put the ducts, and then you need to open up the roof and all that. So it becomes very expensive if you do retrofitting. Yeah, you can use that, mirrors and ducts. If you are nearby in Putrajaya, you can take a look at the Suranjaya Tenaga buildings, which actually uses this. And I believe there are some high-end condos also using a lot of this, what we call daylight harvesting, right? Mr. Inevan, I hope your name is correct. Hope I answered your questions. Yeah, we have finished. We have finished the presentation. We open up for question. As I said earlier, this is just a topic. It's in fact part of a topic of our energy efficient program. Of course, you have a lot more. It's a 2 days program. You can contact MAPS if you want to know more about this program, right? It's there. Any brand giving zero capex for building owner to have energy efficiency? Any brand? Uh, there are a lot of what we call these companies that actually give. You can find them in the internet. I'm not going to tell you the names because uh, they didn't pay me, They pay me means I can advertise for them, But since they didn't pay me, there are a lot. There are a few, Not a lot. There's a few which uh, you can actually do a search, and who do this actually come up with this zero capex. But there's a catch, There's always a catch, There's always a catch. So be careful, My experience I can share with you is that there was a company that actually gives zero capex, right? They are willing to change. Where I was working at that time, we had more than 25,000 lights, right? More than 25,000 lights. So they were willing to change almost 80% to LED with zero capex. But the catch was we need to sign an agreement with them for 10 years, only using their light, right? So when we did the maths, it was not actually very beneficial for us. So we didn't go through with the deal. So be careful, be careful. I know we Malaysians, we like to think about low capital expenditure, right? Especially when engineering decisions are not made by engineers but made by finance people. So we understand that, but no, you need to look at this because there's always a catch. The saying "there's no free lunch" is forever true, lah. Even this National Training Week is not a free lunch. Okay, any more questions? What about buildings using Wi-Fi? Yes, this is a new technology. There are buildings that using using Wi-Fi uh, uh, for confidential reasons. They use this. I'm not sure whether any commercial buildings are using. There are some government buildings that are using Wi-Fi because they do not want the Wi-Fi to go outside the room, so they keep it inside the room for confidentiality purposes. But if you go inside this, you cannot you cannot access their system, right? So guys, any questions? We have about 15 minutes. So thank you for your question. I hope I try my best to answer your questions. As I said, lighting is a very wide topic and a very it's actually very interesting if you look at this. So is there no questions? Mimi, I think there's no more questions anymore. Is there no more? We can take group photo. Yeah. So guys, do us a favor, please. Your cameras, can you please switch on your cameras? We can take a group photo. So I'll just stop sharing, Mimi. All right.
So if you guys still have questions, yeah. So if you guys still have questions, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
So if you guys still have questions, you can just unmute and let the conversation flow. We still have about another 15 more minutes. And if we have any more to switch on the camera, please do so. I'm just gonna snapshot in about another 30 seconds. Okay, somebody is joining in. Hold on. All right, so everyone ready? Okay, any more on cameras? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Alah, sopannya malam-malam ni.
Semua dah kenyang lah saya.
They either all lah. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to do a freestyle. So please, you can jump, you can do whatever. As long as you're still in the screen.
Oh, okay. So you can do like that.
All right, okay, ready. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, guys, if there are no more questions, I will thank you and wish you a restful evening. You can just now if you scan, if you want the recording, you can contact Mimi lah. Maybe you can, right? You can give them the recording, right? Yeah. I think we lost about 20 minutes of it lah.
Unfortunately, oops, so sorry.
Okay, there's one question here. Why is it called blue LED and why do some screens have blue light? How does that benefit the eye? It doesn't benefit the eye. It's just the technology is there, right? It is called blue LED because there's always element of blue light. It's only more if it's more warm. If the color is more warm, the element of blue is less. It's not. If bukannya tak ada, it's not. Doesn't mean it doesn't have. It's just that it's less blue LED, right? Blue is because the wavelength. The wavelength that is given out is actually at the blue wavelength. So that is why it's called blue wavelength, and it does not benefit the eye. This just goes to show that, as I said very early in the presentation just now, no human manufactured light can take place or can take over the natural light, light of the sunlight, right? That is the most that is the most safest light lah. I mean, don't go and stare at it lah. But it's the most safest and best light for the human eye. So any light, there's a human light, and it is good that you use warm color, because the blue light is less. That is why you see that there's a lot of eye clinic that's coming up all over the country. Some are telling that this is actually related directly to the number to the lighting that we have, but I can't comment on that because these are just opinions at the moment. Yeah.
I have one question.
Yes.
Why is it when you go and buy like wet food or groceries, you know where the chicken is? The
Yeah.
light kinds of make the chicken so fresh, but then when you go back,
Yeah.
you nampak ayam tu macam like alamak sudah pucat.
Yes. That is the way the light affects us, right? That's why the light affects us. Uh, uh, this people, I know all this. What people did research, and people did research, years of research, and people who do research on this, they have PhDs, so they know how to actually enhance, make it more, fresher looking, better looking, So just like changing the light, ayam tu dah di make up. Like kena tipu. Yes lah, it can be said that lah. It can say that, but people, those who are selling things will do whatever it takes to what is that, to enhance their product. Actually, it's not kena tipu. It's actually it's our eyes. We are the one who making the choice. So that is the effect of lighting, right?
All right. So any more questions from the floor? We have 10 more minutes. Or maybe you want to ask, why is it when people use TikTok, do TikTok and all, they have like a very focused light, so that it kind of,
Yeah, it makes actually the TikTok, why? Because it makes the application of filter better, faster, easier. I mean, better, and also makes them look brighter, right? Actually, my lighting is no good. That's why I'm looking darker. Okay lah, I think no more questions lah, Mimi. So have a restful evening lah, semua.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I understand long holidays is coming up. Please drive safe, and if anyone is ready on holiday, please enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Jangan main mercun ya. Main bunga api tak apa.
And then those who are celebrating Raya Haji, so wishing you early Selamat Hari Raya Haji lah.
All right, drive safe and take care, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Right, bye. Assalamualaikum.